Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the gracious, the merciful. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you to the event Voices for Peace, to remember and pray for the innocent victims of war between Palestine and Israel.
Do not seek revenge or bear a grudge against anyone among your people, but love your neighbour as yourself. I am the Lord.
Refrain from anger and turn from wrath. Do not fret, it leads only to evil. For those who are evil will be destroyed, but those who hope in the Lord will inherit the earth. A little while, and the wicked will be no more. Though you look for them, they will not be found, but the meek will inherit the earth and joy and prosperity. I pray for peace and an end to all injustice. May we see absolute justice and fairness for all. Amen.
So outside of our professional lives, perhaps we should ask ourselves, what kind of reference would we get? There is a passage of scripture from Exodus that tells us that a measure of where a community stands with God is the way it takes care of its weakest and its most vulnerable members. And perhaps now would be a good time to ask ourselves a few hard questions about how much priority we as individuals, or indeed as a society, care about the elderly, disadvantaged children, our attitudes to strangers, migrants or asylum seekers, and of course all of those who are affected by war, particularly in Ukraine and Palestine and Israel.
I pray for peace and an end to war. May we see an end to all conflicts and justice established around the world. Amen. Jazakallah.
The one thing I would say about the Ahmadiyyan community is, by heavens, your deeds speak. What you do in your charitable work is just inspiring. Please God, we should all follow this example. Some people come out of trauma saying, "No one will ever treat me like that again." She was taught a better response, and that would be, "No one should ever be treated like that again." It is not enough to pray for peace. We have to work for it, to challenge those who foster conflict and refute their propaganda, to ascertain and make known the truth, both when it confirms and when it runs counter to conventional views, to denounce injustice, not only when it is committed against us, but also when it is committed against others, to defend human rights, not only our own, but also theirs, to insist that peace requires sacrifice of pride, of wealth, or territory, to practice and promote the way of moderation, compromise, and reconciliation, and to build bridges of respect and understanding, trust and friendship across the chasms that divide humanity.
And if they incline towards peace, incline thou also towards it, and put thy trust in Allah. Surely it is He who is all-hearing, all-knowing.
In terms of how Hounslow has had such an important tradition of standing together, of a focus on interfaith and of understanding, that has truly come through in the event that you have hosted here tonight. And I know there have been others at the Ahmadiyya community with His Holiness that have been seeking to send a message of peace. All of us can understand that war is not going to be an answer, and that every civilian life lost, every person injured, every home destroyed is a pain that is one that we all feel and we all share.
And as a close-linked community, we can always come together for the sake of that which is common to us all, our humanity. There is always common ground we can find if we only look. And there is always room to learn from different perspectives if we only open our minds. The killing of an innocent person, as it states in our Holy Quran, is akin to the killing of all of humanity. And so, as followers of Islam, we condemn this outright. However, the response of the Israeli army has also gone far beyond the point of anything that resembles justice. And so, if we are to apply our judgment, we must apply it consistently, across the board. All people, Israelis and Palestinians, deserve the most basic of human rights, the right of life, the right to live in peace. War will not secure any long-term benefit or peace to either side, as war breeds death, and death breeds hate, and hate breeds war. And so it would only feed a circle of death and misery that is passed on from one generation to the next and to the next. In the end, I pray that we can all establish universal justice in our homes, in our workplaces, in ruling over our nations, and in dealing with other nations, so that we can establish global justice, a prerequisite for world peace. Thank you.